ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. My dear brothers and sisters, I want to talk to you about which we call to avoid خطوات الشيطان. ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان. Do not follow the steps of the shaitan. And when we say do not follow the steps of the shaitan, what do we mean by that? We know from many stories and many ahadith of Nabi alayhi salatu salam and so on talks about how the shaitan fool the people in steps by steps to make him go toward shirk. Yani in other words, the shaitan, he does not come to you and tell you become a mushrik or to worship other than Allah or to associate partners with Allah. No, the shaitan start with you step by step until he lead you to shirk. As an example, Allah Almighty has mentioned to us about Nuh alayhi salam. When he was sent amongst his people, they were worshipping Wad wa Suwa wa Yaghuth wa Ya'uq wa Nasr. They were worshipping idols, they were worshipping statues. How did they start to that? Okay, we know from the scholars who they mentioned how it happened, and it came from the interpretation of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma. He said what the shaitan did to this nation, they had 5 people. This is righteous 5 people. These righteous 5 people, which is what Suwa, Yaghuth, wa Ya'uq, wa Nasr, they used to be between their qawm, between their nation, between their society, between their community as righteous people. They were saints, they were good people. Okay, they were practicing people, they were God-fearing people. Okay, so they were muwahideen. They believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and so on. So what happened to these 5 people? With time they passed away, they died. So when they died, what the shaitan did? He came to the people and he told them, so you don't forget them. So you don't forget them. What do? Just to draw their pictures so you don't forget them. So they started with drawing the images or the pictures of these 5 good people. Generation after generation, he came and he told the people, this new generation, your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents, or great parent, what they used to do, they used to ask them to help them to ask Allah. Not to worship him, ask him to ask Allah for them. So what they start doing, they start making dua to Allah front of them. If he's someone else and there is no image of this good man, they wouldn't make dua. They come to them, next to them, to make dua. So in other words, they feel like it's blessed when they are next to him. This generation gone, another generation came, and he said to them, they were asking them to ask God. Before they were asking God next to them, now asking them to ask God. Okay, they took him as a wasila. Generation after generation, he told them, your people, your ancestors, they were worshipping them, asking them. Okay, so they start asking them. So what happened? They used to go to wherever they are, like to the graves, to ask him. What happened then? He made him to duplicate, the drawing, the images, whatever, and take it with you home. So what happened? The idols start coming into the houses. Instead of now going anywhere, they worship the idols. Time after time, these idols become the God, and they start worshipping this idol. This is the steps of the shaitan, step by step. That's how he lead you to shirk. Another thing, that's one of the ulama has mentioned something really nice, how the shaitan start with you. Shaitan comes to you and he said, I want you to worship other than Allah. Of course, you wouldn't accept. You say, A'udhu billah, I'm muwahid, I believe in Allah and the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la ilaha illallah. That's it. Okay. So what he does, he moves you from shirk to bid'ah, to innovation. He went now one level down from shirk to innovations. Why innovation? Because once you innovate something in Islam, the shaitan will be happy because you feel that you're doing something good and you're teaching the people for something good, but Allah did not tell us to do it. Okay, Allah did not order us to do this act of worship. So it's been innovated. Just say you say, A'udhu Billah, okay, I would not follow innovation. And Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, when he mentioned about the bid'ah, he said, Kulla bid'atin dalala wa kulla dalalatin finnar. Every innovation is a bad deed and every bad deed is in the fire. He moved down another level, okay, to major sin. No more shirk, no more innovation, no major sin. Just say, for example, you say, no, inshallah, I don't want to do major sin, it's haram. Drink alcohol, it's haram. Deal with riba, it's haram. Commit adultery, it's haram. So you stay away from major sin and you didn't accept with him. What the shaitan does, he moves a level down from major sin to minor sin. Now, minor sin, a lot of people, they fall in minor sins. Little bit here, little bit there, whatever, and without even considering it's a minor sin. And remember, minor sin, it can come to the stage where it will build up to become so big on the person it will destroy that person. But he will still try for you to do minor sin. Just say Allah saved you even from minor sin and you didn't do minor sin. Shaitan does not stop, because remember, like, he goes from one to another, yeah? Just say you didn't do minor sin. Now he comes to you to ask you to do what is mafdul ala al-fadil. Yani he wants you to do what is less than the best, okay? Or what is least in the reward. As an example, yeah? Just say he comes to you and you don't do qiyam lail. Shaitan will come to wake you up to do qiyam lail. And you feel like, shaitan waking me up to do qiyam lail? Yes, but guess why? He pushes you to do qiyam lail. And when you're doing qiyam lail, you feel like you're so great, doing something excellent. Half an hour before Fajr prayer, he asks you to sleep. Why? You need to rest so you can wake up for Fajr fresh. He make you sleep and he pushes on your ears not to wake up for Fajr. Why? Because he wants you to miss the Fajr. He doesn't want you to do the Fajr. So imagine now, he asks you to do Qiyam al-Layl, which is not an obligation, to miss out the Fajr. Alright? The shaitan may do this. Yes, the shaitan may do that. The shaitan may push you to do something less in reward than something better. Alright? Just say you didn't agree with that. You did Qiyam Layl, but you still got up for Fajr. What he does then? He will bring his army from the jinn and the ins to hurt you, to mock you, to talk about you, to put you down. Like how many people we hear, they talk about, about the beard, about the hijab. Look how he dressed, look how he speak, because they try to affect you, okay? And to put you down. Because when people start talking about you, and especially you start hearing it and so on, what does it do to you? It makes you feel like you want to isolate yourself, you want to be away and so on. But as a Muslim, you shouldn't be isolating yourself. You be with the Muslims, helping the Muslims and so on. So that's what the shaitan does. If you accept with the shaitan, okay, to do what is less than the best, he will be happy to move you to the next step, to fall into minor sin. If you do follow, he push you to major sin. If you follow, he push you to innovation. If you follow, he push you to shirk. And if you fall into shirk, then he will say, it wasn't me, I did not have control over you, you're the one who did it. So that's the steps of the shaitan. So we have to be very careful. My dear brothers and sisters, we see it in our community now. How many of our sisters, when they put the hijab, they've got the hijab on, mashallah, beautifully. Later on, just a little bit in neck, just a little bit of your ears, just a little bit of this, just a little bit of that. What happened to the hijab? They think like we are hijabi. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay? They feel like they are hijabi. No, you're not. Okay? The person who go, like the boys who they go to the mosque to pray, they go praying, alhamdulillah, it's excellent. When they finish, when they go out, they start backbiting the people inside. Man, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're falling into a haram. That's a big sin, to backbite anyone. You're backbiting. Even if it's in them. As the Nabi ﷺ, he told the Sahaba when they mentioned something about someone, he said, you backbited your brother. They said, Ya Rasulullah, what happened if it's in him? It is in him. That's true what we're saying. He said it's backbiting, backbiting. And if it's not in him, he called it buhtan, yani slandering. Okay, man, that's how it is. So don't follow the steps of the shaitan. Don't fall into the trap, okay, of the shaitan. The shaitan always want to trick you to do something to displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen our heart on the path, okay, of Sirat al-Mustaqim, on following the guidance of Allah and His Messenger, inshallah. And we ask Him to strengthen our heart in a way that we will implement the Sharia that will pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhir da'wana ani alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa salli Allahumma ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين